everybody. Welcome to the very first premiere episode of City of Cats, a Southland 5e actual play that is right in time for the Kickstarter here on Kobold Press. So, if you don't know about it, go check it out, because currently, right now, we have a Kickstarter running for Southlands campaigns. And so, we're going to be showing off some of the content over the next few weeks, right after our Kobold chat every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. We'll be sitting down and, showing off a little bit of all the goodies that you might be getting inside of those incredible books for the Kickstarter. So check chat, click that link, do the thing. You know how it works. You also know how this works. So I'm going to stop talking and simply tell you, if you like what you see here today, support this channel. And you can do that by giving subscriptions, by giving tips, and by giving bits. And all those things help us continue to put out product and make actual plays of the incredible stuff that Kobold Press makes for all of us as tabletop gamers. Now, I'm going to pass it off to our great GM for this little mini campaign, Noir.
A great GM would have been ready with that mute button.
Yeah.
I had to find it. Hey, everybody, I am Noir. You can find me everywhere as the Noir Enigma. I will be GMing this series of the City of Cats. I've got a lovely crew with me. I can't wait to see what kind of heroes they've brought to tell this story. To tell you a little bit about myself, I am the GM of Lonely Throne, a RPG over on my channel on Twitch, the Noir Enigma. And I am also the GM for a mass game over on Critical Misses called Second City Savior. So this is my third GMing project that I have going on right now, and I'm super duper excited. Yeah, so that's me. I'm gonna pass it all down to whoever is next clockwise in the overlay. Is that the wrong way?
That would be
That's probably the wrong way.
Trooper, you're up.
Hi, I am Trooper SJP, and I'm very excited to be here in the City of Cats. I might have a slight cat allergy, so if I sneeze a lot, it's because the atmosphere is so strong. I am playing Gafiru, who is a Djinborn, which I think we'll probably learn about. They're sort of like from the Djinn, and I'm blue and genderless, sort of 5'2", super stacked, but with a bit of a pot belly sort of being, with a huge glaive and no armor. And I am very excited to be here in this space with this group of heroes who have no tragic backstories. None of us. There's no. It's fine. That's it. And you can find me on the internet at Trooper SJP here on Twitch or Academic Foxhole on Twitter. And I'll pass it to the next person.
I was about to say, moving clockwise, that would make it Marcus.
Hi, I'm Marcus, studio manager at Gen Con DV, as well as the streaming coordinator over there. And today, you can find me at Best Kind of Worst on Twitter. And today I'm going to be playing a Bestetti cat folk from this new setting. I'm very excited. His name is Zat. He is 5'6", 101 pounds, and 19 and a half. He's also a cat, so get ready for that. And I'm going to pass it off.
So that would be Pro.
Yeah, hey, super happy to be playing this awesome game. I am Pro Starter. You can get me all over the place under that name. I do podcasts, streaming, and just a bunch of goofy voices everywhere. I will be playing a Subek. The name is Abu Bakar, if I can say it right. You're ready for all of that? Wrong pronunciation. But yeah, a big scaly boy. 8 feet tall, full of muscle, lots of Nuria River iconography all over themselves. And cleric of the ocean.
Very nice. And hopefully all of you know who I am. I'm Dot. I'm your in-resident Kobold Press Twitch producer here to bring you my very, very old, crotchety, and super grumpy Djinborn lady named Hasharati. She's a seer. She's kind of yellow and jaundiced in color, probably dying. She just wants to go find somewhere to curl up and die. But she has to make this last journey before that's even a possibility. So she's being drug out of the safety of her tribe to travel to the city. What every old woman wants. So yeah, we'll see. She's got somebody to keep her protected, and we'll also see how that turns out. Back to you, Noir.
All right. So we have met our heroes. I think it's time that we start to get into the story. Now, the camera's going to pan out, and you're going to see a magnificent city with white marble stones and pyramids strewn about. It's surrounded by a beautiful Nuria River, and even back a bit further, there is sand on the southern sand surrounding the southern border of the city. We pull back even further, and there's nothing but continuous sand dunes. It's dry, it's hot. And there we find a small little village with one very lively tree. And the town is festive. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves as much as they can. You can tell this is an area that appreciates their water, but for today, they're allowing themselves to be fast and loose with it. There are people splashing each other. There's wine aplenty. Everybody's generally having a good time. The camera is going to zoom in on this celebration, and we find ourselves looking at Zat. Zat, tell me, what are you doing? What's your day-to-day look like?
Well, right now, Zat is up on top of a kind of a higher post, kind of like sitting on the top of a little fence that's over there, and just kind of watching the water from a distance. Zat likes the idea of water, understands hydration is important, but definitely does not want to be in the splashy water. But is very happy for everyone splashing around, having fun as long as they keep it away.
And as you're being cautious to make sure that you stay nice and dry, you're walking around and you hear music off in the distance, and you can see people are starting to run towards the music, and there's a spontaneous bit of dancing that happens, and on a very makeshift stage of boxes and bags of flour, you see a very familiar friend. You see Kasi, who's just playing on the lute. Children are dancing around. They spot you and just give you a quick acknowledgement, and then start slamming on the wooden boxes, and then everybody else starts to get into the jaunt. Can you tell me, what is this celebration about?
Ooh, okay. What is the likelihood of so the waters, we're pretty sparse with the water here. We don't get a lot of water in this region, right?
It's quite a ways to the Nuria River, which is the main source of water for this village.
Would it be possible if we actually had some kind of rainfall?
Yeah.
For the first time, this is a celebration of the rainfall.
Okay, absolutely.
The reserves are now replented, which is a word.
In fact, this entire town is centered on what is very strange, a pine tree in the desert. And when the rain falls, the tree comes to life and it bears fruit, and the fruit holds so much water. And that's why everybody's enjoying it so much. It's lively, the fruit is delicious, and there's water aplenty. It stores the water in its trunk. So people are stabbing at the trunk a little bit, putting faucets in it, and even more water. And there's something magical about this tree because the water always comes out cool. All right. And so with that, we see Zat acknowledging Kasi. There's a dance breaking out, and then the camera's going to drift past the dancers, and we're going to see Gafiru. My friend, there's a lively bit of dancing, and there's this bard that's just being completely 110% extra, but it's kind of got you tapping your feet a little bit. Tell me, what's the average day for Guy Faru? I'm gonna fuck this up all day. What does that look like for you?
Gafiru is not dancing. There are people, there are dancing, there are crowds. This means there's potential for danger. If everyone is smiling and happy and enjoying themselves, Gafiru is not smiling and is not happy and is not enjoying themselves at all. Gafiru is probably like 60 or 70 years old, which is actually quite young, is middle-aged, right, for Jinborn. And Gafiru, who's 5'2", like 180, 190, large glaive, is scanning the crowd, looking at every face, looking to see if there's anyone who is not smiling, anyone who might be a danger, because close by, I would imagine, because Gafiru is never far from Hasharati, ever. Gafiru has placed themselves so that they may see where Hasharati is and has angles everywhere in case anybody's going to move towards her. They are not standing so close to her. They are a little bit further back, so they have a better visual of the field, so that and they're tense. Gafiru is always a little tense, but has got that sort of Secret Service sort of vibe where everyone's enjoying themselves and they are at work. They're on call. They're alert, and it is just a sort of. And also just noting, right, like, okay, well, wait a minute, where is that? Like, where is everyone? I want to make sure that everyone know that no one is in danger. There's like a little dad energy going on, but like a very sort of, very much
dad energy.
Just like
tube socks, mustache. No,
yes, sad dad energy. Sort of just scanning this place and not allowing themselves to be in the celebration. They may be within the celebration, but they are not.
You're watching it, but you're not part of it. Go ahead, roll me a perception check.
Of course. And I know that nobody is chasing anybody here, so I'm sure nothing would happen.
This is
super safe.
To see what's going on.
So that's a 7, which I think is real good, right? I mean, that's a great number.
It's okay. Okay. So you're just kind of scanning about, you're looking for something suspicious.
But maybe I'm distracted by the fact that there is this amazing magical thing that has happened in the desert, right? Like I'm not supposed to be involved. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to be not within it, but maybe I am distracted by the fact that there is this magical tree here. And so maybe my perception is somewhat.
Oh, or what could be happening is you're looking for someone to be suspicious. You're like, everybody's too happy. Some shit's gonna go down, and I know it.
Yeah.
And you see 2 cat ears kind of peeking out from a corner, and there's a splash of water. You see those ears just like not have, like, clearly whoever this is being very cautious, and it's a bit suspicious.
Just move very quietly, without like very like an economy of movement. I just sort of glide closer to where Zat is, so that now I've triangulated. So I've got Zat and Hasharati between me, and my glaive is quite long, and so like I have a lot of movement. So if there's any need, it's like I'm always ready. Like I'm always taking a wait action to just interpose myself between whatever it is. And I think there might be a tad, I'm not used to this many people, and I'm not used to having to protect this many people, or really anyone for the last 40 years. So this is a lot to triangulate, and to sort of try to place myself where I could interpose between anybody in this group is a bit of a lot, right? And because especially since I've not really been around people for a while. So it's just there's just a high level of stress.
I can imagine. Now, before the camera leaves you, I have to ask you, does this celebration have a name?
It does. And my Gafiro does not actually know the name of this celebration, but because that is not the sort of thing that Gafiro pays attention to anymore.
Okay.
Sort of purposefully, but the celebration, of course, is the celebration of renewal and green.
All right, the celebration of renewal and green. Now, you are also Jinborn, so what is your element, if you don't mind me asking?
I do. No, I do not.
I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm a GM. I do what I want. No, I'm kidding. What's
Earth? I'm Earth Jinborn, and Earth Jinborn are known for being solid, grounded, stoic. We are not flighty like Air Jinborn are, or
okay.
We are not angry like Fire Jinborn.
Gotcha. Then the last thing I'm going to ask you for is to make me just a straight up wisdom check. Not save, just check.
I will do that. I will just do
check.
Hey there, wisdom. How are you doing? 16.
Yep.
Okay. There's a lot of magic in the land, but there's something happening with the tree right now, and you can feel it. And with that, the camera is going to leave you. And Hasharati, we're going to zoom in on you. What is Hasharati doing in the middle of this chaos? You just saw Gafaru, I'm so sorry, kind of just zip off. And the dance is going crazy. What are you doing in the midst of this?
First off, she's not very tall. She's old, and gravity always takes effect after a while. And Jinborn really aren't tall usually anyways, they're kind of stout. So she's just kind of this hunched bundle of fabrics, just of varying patterns and colors, and her little crotchety, like little old hands kind of peer out from underneath. And the moment she sees him get up, she's gonna book it to the dance floor. And you see this old woman, she like grabs her staff, and the moment he's gone, she tries to like get up, and she's like, I'm gonna dance. It may be the last time I can get my ass to the dance floor. And she's like dragging herself, like, and so she's gonna try to get away from him and make it to the dance floor, which I'm sure he does not allow, because she does have her legs don't function very well in her old age, and thanks to an accident of the past. No, she did not take an arrow to the knee.
She did.
Chat's gonna say it.
I think it'd be super convenient if we just go with that story.
Is that what happened? Okay, great.
No, but let's just say that. Let's just say
her legs took some major damage in her younger years, and so she's a little slower, but that's where she wants to be. That's where she wants to be. So she's gonna try to get up and cross the dance floor.
Okay. You know what? Just give me a basic dexterity check. Let's see if people are going to be nice and scoot for the little old lady, or if she's going to have to...
I doubt it.
Going to have to juke them.
I only got an 11, which actually, for her, is really
good. For her,
good.
That's not bad.
I'm going to be honest.
That's above average.
No, you got a 14, because it's the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
14.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right, it is a 14. I'm an actual old woman, and I don't have my glasses on, so if I call it wrong, y'all...
I just assumed you had -3 to dexterity. I was just like,
no, that actually is a 14, not an 11, so I got a 14.
Okay, we'll rock with it. All right, so yeah, you're making your way through real quick. You do get bumped by one person. Yeah, I will let you choose how to react to that.
I turn and I go, don't make me see your future.
Oh, God. It's and they feel like this little kid, and they just scamper off.
She also her eyes are always crying, and she's almost blind as well. So I bet she's like batting people out of the way, and she turns and kind of looks at this kid with like milky white sand stoned eyes.
He runs off the sand. She's gonna see my future.
And I imagine she finally gets out there, and it's not much of a dance, y'all. But there's like, she's there, and she's in it to win it.
Dot.
This is so bad. This is so
I'm
bad.
gonna need a performance check from you.
How bad is it? It's
If you
bad.
rolling that 20, I'm gonna laugh my whole ass off.
Oh my gosh.
Dance
Okay.
tonight.
I rolled a 13.
Hey, you know
You know what? Maybe in my younger years, I was probably,
you're
probably
not,
pretty great.
you're not
Help
a
with the cord.
Jabberwocky, but you're killing it. Like, it's, you know, just
She's
trying to-
killing me. She's killing me is what she's doing.
I probably laugh from the dance floor. I point at them kind of across the way.
So you got a pretty mean two-step going on. Everybody's feeling it, and you know the town knows the seer. So the seer is cutting loose, and it's inspiring more people to kind of come up and give you your space, but also to also jump in.
Yeah.
Please give me the last time that this festival happened. How long has it been since the last?
It's been okay. Let's say so. Hasharati she's like 123, which is actually at the latter end of like a Jinborn's life. Like she old. I would say she was very young. She's only ever seen it one other time in her lifetime.
Okay.
So, yeah, I love this idea of like it's not happened in like decades, or a century even. It's not happened in 100 years, you know.
I mean, yeah, of course she would get
The
off to
last
the
time
dance
I was
floor.
out here, my hips still worked.
And please tell me, what is your element?
Yeah, Hasharati is also an earth elemental. She has a deep passion for all things sand and stone, but she has, and maybe we see it when she finally gets out on the dance floor. There's a large skull kind of at the top of her staff that she carries to basically keep her upright. And we see a black scorpion kind of scutter between the eye sockets of this skull, and kind of finally find this little tiny scorpion find its place on top, which is of course her familiar. And
People
she
are
has
definitely giving you your space.
yeah, well, yeah. She has a bit of a soft spot for insects and bugs and the creepy crawlies of the sand. And so this is her literal best friend is a scorpion.
Okay, give me a wisdom check if you could.
Oh, what check? I'm sorry.
A wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, now that doesn't require hips. I rolled a 15.
A 15. All right, so you're just on the dance floor, killing it, feeling the two steps, and your attunement with the earth starts to. I mean, each time your foot hits the sand, not only do you feel the sand, but you feel all the other feet pressing down on the sand. You feel the roots of this tree that somehow made its home in sand, and you feel all along the wood and branches. And then the sight kicks in, and you see at the very top, one of the raindrops hit the tree, and it slides down one of the pine cones. And right as it's about to fall, the drop turns golden. And then there's an orb in this golden raindrop, and it hardens. And inside this hardened, almost amber raindrop, this orb is in the middle of it with a cat's eye slanted right in there. And as you're seeing this in your vision, the eye opens, it looks at you, and then you're right back to the dance floor.
I imagine she might even stumble a little bit because it's not her real eyes, right, that saw it. She kind of swinging the staff around a little bit. I'm glad people like took it back. And maybe she
This
turns
is
to
why
a
we gave her space.
Yeah, maybe she turns to a
I
random
move
person
with a
and-
quickness.
Yeah.
Like it is like a beeline. Like something is wrong. I move immediately to where Hasharati is, and like it's like that, and I'm right.
I'm not
there.
even gonna make you roll for it. You are juking the crowd. You're stiff arming, and then you are just right there. Like a couple of kids got knocked out.
I do not care.
You get there, and she knows your presence. Like she knows your footsteps, even though she can't see you. And she grabs whatever like thing you wear around your neck, and she looks at you with milky white eyes, and she just says, "I saw something."
Was it death?
Not today.
Are you all right?
Uh-huh. I'm tired. Oh. No more dancing. And she kind of like...
I have a question. Do I lift... Is this a thing that has happened between us before? I mean, not...
Oh.
No, specifically this. Would I carry you off the dance floor?
I would imagine there are times where you have to carry her, like there are good and bad days, but today she seems spry, and maybe you go for it and she smacks your hand with her cane. No! I walked out here, I'm walking back.
I just put out my arm.
That she will take.
But when you touch my arm, there's like a slight flinch. Like there's clearly a discomfort between Gafiru and Hashirati, and it's like they are there to protect you, but there is clearly a slight discomfort nonetheless that has just always been there since I have come into your service in the last short time period. But they put out their arm for you to serve. And
she takes their arm very willingly to get off the dance floor.
And as you two are coming together to recover from this strange sight that Hashirati had, the camera zooms out, and Abu Bakar, we zoom in on you. And what does the average day for your Abu Bakar? I'm going to get that right, I swear. What does that look like?
Abu Bakar is out right now. They're allowing the water to kind of drip over their scales. They're enjoying this kind of relief. It's kind of warm to the touch. We see them in kind of like almost like a corset of just like kind of reds, blues, and golds with like a ibis iconography on the chest. In their god, Faf Hermes. Thank you. And I think they're just kind of watching the party and kind of making their way to I suppose where everyone's kind of setting up for food or kind of relaxed celebration, and they are putting out what looks to be candles, incense, and things like that. And the fire doesn't go out. The rain doesn't extinguish it at all. It almost seems to liven it up as they're setting up a mini kind of prayer zone for people to kind of thank Faf Hermes for this kind of gift, as they've kind of been looking after the river flow coming into this place for the last time.
Okay. So I have to ask you, how does this particular festival end? Is there an ending ceremony, or?
I think the ending ceremony is that you have the most venerated and oldest of the community with the youngest of the community grab a pitcher from the river and pour it over the soil near the actual tree, so that it is life and death and renewal.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more. Tell me more about your goddess or your god.
Faf Hermes is for Abu Bakar is everything. It is the searching of knowledge. It is the betterment for all life. It is the understanding of the world that we live in, and the arcane and the walking gods among us. It is travel, home, and harmony for them.
And where do you feel most in touch with your religion?
Honestly, their religion goes hand in hand with their connection with the Nuria River. So they feel most in touch with their god deep below the river, flowing with the sand, debris, and fauna at the bottom, and just relaxing there in deep meditation.
All right. So as you're watching the closing ceremony, because time it's starting to wind down, and the water from the Nuria River is being handed off from young to old. Roll me a religion check.
All right. I'm actually okay at this. 10. What's religion?
I know things. As you watch the water pour into the soil of a tree, you hear, a false prophet comes today. He claims to honor knowledge. He claims to seek truth. Defend my honor. Watch over my children. And then the pot is empty.
I think as Abu Bakr hears this, I think everything was going in kind of the same kind of speed, but the rain seemed like it slowed down for them. And I think just as it ends, one of the kind of clay pots that was holding one of the incense kind of cracks. And they look at it, and they just kind of look at that, and they look at the crowd, and they're just gonna scan the crowd, and this deep kind of guttural rumble will come from their throat.
Go ahead, roll me a perception check.
What did my Subek eyes see?
And I will let you roll this with advantage, actually.
Ooh, advantaggio. And perception. Whoop. I got a 15.
All right. You see someone with a shawl covering up and kind of working their way through the crowd. Definitely looking to keep things low key, but just working on blending.
Abu Bakr is 8 feet tall, so they don't really hide well. Their bright kind of green scales show them off, and they will just kind of, not in an aggressive way, but just kind of in a curious way, will walk over to this figure. They will kind of pull out their clawed hand and let the droplets kind of soak their hand for some ritualistic reason, and they'll go over to this individual and just say, "Is there a reason you are being so lonesome?"
No, friend, just enjoying the festival.
You are in a strange attire for one in the rain. Let it wash over you, cleanse you. I insist. Now, go to put my hand on their shoulder.
And when you do that, you get a handful of shawl, and they step back, and you see this pretty sturdy, tall human figure wearing a hat, and he has a crossbow to his side and a whip, and he goes, "Cover's blown, friends." There's a few individuals amongst the crowd that start to push through, and the person that you were looking at vanishes into a swirl of sand. I will allow you a perception check to see if you can see where this person went.
Yes, please. I got a 18.
Ooh. Heyo.
You look up and you see him at the very top of the tree, and he's on there, and he grabs this amber stone, and every one of you takes 1 psychic damage when he does so.
Oh.
As you feel something is wrong when he does this.
Oh, I scream out.
And he jumps off the tree, and then he's caught by an eagle, and the last thing you hear him say is, "This belongs in a museum."
Oh, that was weird.
Pesky kids!
You see other eagles coming down to drop and grab a few of his friends. I will. There are 5 people there that are being swooped by these giant eagles. I will let you pick a number to see if you can, like, to see which member you look at.
Oh,
I know who each one of them are, and so go ahead and pick a number, and I'll have you roll a perception check to see if you can identify who it is.
from what to what?
1 to 5.
1 to 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
5 for Abu Bakar.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I always lose perception. Go dice, go. I got a nat 1 for a 2.
Nice.
The raid, it's in my eyes.
You see nothing. Who's next?
3.
You rolled a 3. Hold on. Okay.
Oh no, I haven't rolled a 3. I picked 3.
Oh, you picked it. Okay, go ahead and roll.
There we go. Oh, please dice go. Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Okay.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Wow.
I always have good luck with rolls on roll 20.
Okay, so
Wow.
you got a nat 20. You see, and you know what? I'll also let you roll a. I'll also let you roll a history check on this individual.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, where's the history check? There it is.
Nat 20.
Wow.
20 again.
Again.
Jesus.
Nice. Nice.
That's
You know
on
what?
it.
You're a lucky cat, is what you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a figure in dark robes with a arcane focus draped on their robe, being lifted away to join the individual that just took this orb, and you recognize this arcane focus. It's kind of like a signature. This is a dark sorcerer by the name of Sahir. This individual has been looking for something in this region for quite some time. And it appears that they have found a group to help them acquire whatever it is that they're looking for.
Oh dear.
All right, who's next?
I picked number 2.
You picked number 2.
Number
Okay.
2, with my old eyes, I see 23. But-
Okay, that's a good perception check.
Yeah. Well, with my eyes, I guess.
Okay, so it's not so much that you see it, but as much as you feel their, as much as you feel their aura, and what you get is anger. There is a strong sense of anger and a strong sense of duty, and as you feel the air disturbed by the giant wings beating and lifting this individual to the air, you see a figure looming in just a flash of a golden mask.
I yell again because that's what she does. Ah! At the sky.
Okay, and I think I got everybody. Nope. I missed it.
One more.
Who you picking?
I'm not picking any of them because I don't care about them. I care about this group of people,
Oh.
right? So rather than paying attention to them, I'm only paying attention to threats incoming to these people.
Oh, okay.
So rather than sort of like, I don't care about them. That is not my job. My job is to keep everyone safe. And so what I'm looking for is to see threat, right? I'm looking to see, like, I'm looking to see capabilities, threat, and if there's anything incoming to harm my people. So yeah, I don't care about them. I care about this group. So I would like a perception, not to sort of figure out who they are, but more to think about how to
Everybody
negate threat.
else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else and how to negate threat. This is like, that is what I would.
All right, go ahead and roll your perception.
Thank you. Perception. A 16.
16.
16.
Everybody in town is bowled over. They are all hurting. You do notice that the cat folk are having a particularly hard time. This hit them the heaviest. And while for the general population, it's the psychic damage represented itself as a migraine, a headache. For the cat folk that you see, it's almost like mourning, like loss. Zach, speaking of, you feel like you just lost a very close friend. It's that kind. It's strange because you don't know what you lost, but it's heavy in your heart.
I feel like someone punched my heart.
Right. You may be able to work your way up to upset, but right now it's just loss. That's how the psychic damage is manifesting itself for you.
So then Zat kind of is like on the ground, kind of curled up a little bit, very, curled up calico cat, just kind of like wrapping itself in itself and just kind of sitting there sadly.
The minute I saw that there was a threat to cat people, I do not care about them. I only care about my people. That is my job. I moved.
no, you're fine. I just with that perception, that's what you see. It's just like, oh shit.
There's danger to cat people. Zat, right? Like it was like, and so I immediately moved to where Zat is, and I have my glaive out, but there's nothing to attack. But what I do is that I stand so close to Zat that my calf, my leg, touches their back. And it is just it's the smallest thing, but I just stand so close that my physical body touches their physical body so that they know that I am physically present and here and protecting them.
Zat just leans a little bit of his weight onto you, just a nice comforting, like this is better.
But there's no sort of like outward manifestation of care. Like that is not, because I'm just still scanning. It's just that it's like my face is not full of care or warmth. There's no warmth there, but my physical body provides a warmth that I do not allow myself to externalize, but it is there for Zat.
And it is around this time, Gafaru and
Hasharati, yeah.
Yes, you feel a massive disturbance in the land. Just the weight of a ton of sand being moved at once. And then that space that was occupied by sand is suddenly vacant. And then just a loud crash, a heavy mass landing on the sand. Just a mile or two away from the village. And now you feel it coming towards the village incredibly quickly.
Wise woman.
What?
Do you feel it?
I feel so many things right now. I imagine like she's just like hyperware.
Abu Bakar. Danger approaches.
As you shout their name, you see Abu Bakar is already running towards where that noise kind of came from. They run past like a wall where they have the warhammer, and just in one swift motion, they just grab it and keep moving.
She goes, "You're not going without me." And she turns into like some kind of like a hawk, maybe some kind of desert bird, maybe even a buzzard or like some kind of like vulture. And she just like takes like she can get there. That's the only way she's gonna get there. And so she takes flight, kind of, and you hear her just like over as she kind of gets a bird's eye view. She might even scoop down and swirl around Zat and before she takes off.
Can you carry a lot in your form as a buzzard? Can you carry a cat?
I have no idea if I can. You know what? Let's see if vulture is a thing that because it is. It is. Let's see here. What do I know about vultures? Vultures.
They're fun at parties?
Yeah. Okay, so I imagine she's an... You know what, though? She should be able to turn into a giant vulture. I think because I'm a level 10, that actually... I believe I can. So we'll say I turn into a giant vulture, which is even more terrifying. I imagine I look just like those vultures from Donkey Kong.
Yes, yes.
Oh, nice.
You know, sometimes they always like cough up the...
I think I would scoop, since you're circling us, I think I would scoop Zat up towards you so that you could take Zat.
I should be able to do that. Because, okay, I can definitely turn into one, and I should be able to pick you up. I think their strength will definitely be more. I may not be able to fly as fast, but I can at least, like, get us both in, like, hover mode, probably.
Okay. And you can see when you're a vulture, right?
I can. I would guess so.
Yeah. I'll say yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, on top of the bird then. Okay.
Talent
Are we going?
script.
Are we going up like really high, or are we? What do we got?
I imagine I'm not strong enough to get us up very high. Like your feet are
Oh,
like
thank God.
inches from the sand floor. You know what I mean?
I just want to keep all my people as close together as possible. When you split, it's harder for me to protect you all. That's
As you hit the air to kind of scout out what's going on, you see in the distance a giant snake making its way towards the town.
There's a giant snake over there, guys.
What is this? And they'll twirl the warhammer in their hand. You see like abysses on like the hard round bits on it, and they'll just like mark a line in the sand as to say like no further. What do you see up there? Shouting up.
Looks like a giant snake making its way towards the town. Looks hungry or angry.
Go if you like. You can go ahead and roll a perception check.
It looks hangry.
It looks hangry.
it's just a candy bar. We'll be fine.
Got yourself
20 again. 20 perception.
What? Oh my gosh!
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Lucky cat.
Yep.
I love this. This. You can tell that the snake has something in its mouth.
Oh,
The thing that's in its mouth is struggling.
well, why doesn't it just eat it if it's so hungry? Sorry.
I just moved right beside Abu Bakar, like one step forward, so that anyone's going to go and hit anyone, it'll hit me before it'll hit anyone else. So I just like there's that line in the sand, and I sort of join Abu Bakar just one step forward to safety.
It looks like it has something in its mouth. Can't really make it out though.
They look and they look down to Gefru. They look downwards.
Yeah, because I'm like 5'2", you're 8 foot. Like
Okay, I have a question. You said I can see, right? Can I identify what is this is an animal or if this is a shapeshifted form?
This is Thubane.
Is it?
Yeah, you recognize it immediately.
Okay, great.
As soon as you see it, like.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can do this because I might have. Okay, I have to touch. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Abu Bakar.
Okay. It takes me a minute to do this. Okay. I look down at Zat in my hands or in my talons, and I just kind of go. Rah! You can't understand what I'm saying, but I'm trying to give you like a fair share warning, and I drop us down just a little bit so that your feet begin like touching the sand, like dragging across the top of the sand because it's got to be touch. I have to touch the sand to do this. She's gonna cast a higher level spell called Looping Trail. Looping Trail. A trail no longer than a mile in length. I can give it switchbacks and curves and make the trail loop back on itself. So they can't. It's like confusing them. So I'm gonna put this in chat because there's your info. But yeah, I'll cast it trying to maybe. Oh, that doesn't do it. There we go. Either slow them or loop them back around to us.
Okay, so the sands shift and dunes become present where they weren't, and there's swirling pits of sand, and you see Philbane navigating, and he's now moving much slower. And if a giant snake could give somebody the bird, that's what he would be doing at Hershati right now.
Yep.
Would that be a buzzer, a vulture? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I imagine it's like putting a snake on a treadmill is the goal. Basically.
Yeah, it's essentially like, he's moving. He's doing a lot more moving now, so it's taking him longer to get there, which gives you all time to prep.
I take a wait action. This is all I do. The only thing I do ever in my life that you, since you all have known me, which has probably not been that long actually, is I take a wait action. If anybody gets close to anybody that I'm protecting, I will attack them, but I do not attack first.
Well, since I can't really cast in my shape, one of the reasons I dropped you to the ground is because I'm coming back into old woman form. With us. And I imagine,
Catch me!
Yeah. We kind of have to. I have to come out to cast that spell. So I imagine there's a little bit of tumbling in the sand. This old woman and Zad.
It's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say sand is everywhere. It never gets
Everywhere.
old.
Gets stuck in your fur.
There's a fur. And she's like, I don't have any fur. And she shows you like the top of her head is like smooth and bald. Yeah.
Sand is life.
How big is this? How big is this thing? Like how far away is it?
So he's about, I want to say 15 seconds from you. So that would be like maybe 2 or 3 rounds. But
Get to him.
I can't math right now. But there's there's a huge dune that was created, kind of like a barrier, as part of the spell, and you just see this giant snake hit that dune like a ramp. And while being midair, you see this trollkin just drop out of the snake's mouth and land right in front of you. And you see this giant snake slowly becoming this form of just a very shriveled up, small old man. And then he lands on the dude and slides. It just starts to tumble, and he lands at the feet of Abu Bakr. And he goes, "Damn it, Asherati!
I told you to stay off my lawn!
I was trying to help you, old bag."
What? Help?
And Alton's like, okay, not murder.
Yeah, not murder.
I think you'd have to calm me down because I'm still clearly in like ready to murder mode, right? Like that is just like.
She waves her staff. This is a friend. Old friend. Older
I told you to keep your mess out of my caves.
Well, I told you to stop making messes in caves.
It's a house. It's a home. Oh my
So
hip.
says you. Not much of a
It's weird having digits again.
What? Just we've talked about this. If you're gonna say something important. Why? Where did you get him? And I point to whatever creature's around.
It's a troll kid who is very wounded. You can tell he's got some snake puncture marks in him. And he goes, this one was creeping around with a bunch of eagles in my cave.
Oh, question him?
That's why I brought him. I don't want to question him. I just want him out of my cave.
Success.
I put them more on his chest and just leave it there. It's like, you stay.
Oh my God, ungrateful old woman. I can see him starting to walk away.
Yeah, he goes, bye.
Bye.
Abu Bakr. I suspect they had once been lovers.
Oh.
Lovers?
Zad's tail just stands straight up like.
Well, it's a very strange sight because as he was walking away, he was turning back into a snake again. So you got like half snake, half old man, and he turns around. You said what? And then he just becomes a snake, and it hisses at you.
You better slither home.
Well, that was
They were
visually
indeed
uncomfortable.
lovers.
I guess
Clearly.
it didn't
What?
end well.
I agree.
I still got it.
He just stone face.
Yes. He still got it. And I watch his like slithery snake.
Like he stops, turns around, and then.
Well,
Hate to see him leave. Love to watch him slither.
now that everybody's good and thirsty,
No feelings.
Abu Bakr, what does he have to say?
Tell us what you know, or you'll have to have more of this.
And it's very strange. Guy
Gafiru, not Guy Fieri.
I told you I was gonna fucking say.
Like the tips are frosted, but they're blue. It's different. It's a totally different look. Totally different look. But I could get it.
You recognize Sarzan. Sarzarn. Sorry, I told you I'm the worst with names.
Charles.
But he's shit. Like, and he's on the ground and he's looking.
Friend, speak.
Right.
This is someone known to me.
Someone good.
Someone who aids me as I aid them.
I help people. I'm a people helper.
Well, he was in a cave that didn't belong to him.
What is ownership?
What? Who owns a cave?
He did. I point to the snake way off in the mirage, like distance.
Yeah, didn't you see the snake that you were in the mouth of? That's the one who owns the cave.
Well, okay, I get that now.
Like,
well, then why did you ask? That's confusing. Oh yeah, so.
Abu Bakar, would you give aid from your goddess to my friend Sean?
I got holes in me. I would like to not have holes in me if you can make that happen.
Yes. And they'll like kneel down, which is like still too pretty high, and they'll just like lift up their head. They'll put the claws on the back of their. Actually, trolls are like pretty tall, so they put the claws at the back of their neck, and they got this water skin which has the Nuria River water in it, and I will give them a sip as I cast my healing spell.
Yes.
Heal spell. Where is my heal?
That works. That works for me.
Thank you. Nice. Professional D&D player right here. Prayer of healing. I don't know. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So everybody feels better. That one point of psychic damage is gone.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
When that point of psychic damage is healed, the feeling of loss goes away, and now it's a lot easier to access anger if that's where you go.
Oh.
That's up to you, but like if somebody were inclined to be pissed at being fucked with, it's a lot easier to do that now.
I don't know how keyed in the rest of you all are to Gafiru, but Gafiru has sort of shifted their posture in space. It is very clear that Gafiru is protecting this trollkin. Just like you, because Gafiru always sort of places themselves in a space of where they can access and protect people, and it's just like a movement where they have sort of stepped into a space to protect this person almost unconsciously.
I think Hashirati will Gafiru. Your outsides are like stone, but your heart is soft.
No.
Yes, I feel it change its rhythm. Who is this person?
What are they now?
There's a slight flash of anger when Hashirati speaks to Gafiru and says who Gafiru is or is not. There's just a slight sense of anger about Hashirati speaking on who Gafiru might be. A person of the desert.
Are they a friend?
Hey, chat. Jinborn never lie. It is one of the things about Jinborn. Jinborn, their word is everything to them. To people who are not Jinborn, it's a little bit, what's the word? Flexible.
Loose.
No, you would never lie. You just may...
Stretch.
You might stretch, like
modify the degree of truth that they're exposed to.
Or choose your words carefully. Yeah.
You might choose your words carefully, but from one Jinborn to another, you would never lie. There never lies. This is actually sort of a core thing about the way Jinborn work. You don't have to say things. And Gafiru says, "This one is not for your attention. In that way, you should not sear on this one. This one is no danger to us.
look, hey, thanks for the, and you see like
Or like help them up.
yeah, you see when you do the prayer of healing, there's just a slight drizzle that occurs, and each raindrop mends the wound until it's whole. He gets up and he goes, "Thanks for the assist there." Ah,
Yes, of course.
that's always tricky. Hey,
Hmm.
I just help people that pay me is all.
Who paid
And
you?
Yeah, who paid you?
it's kind of bad for business if I tell you.
Zat, 5'6" Zat, probably the smallest one in the group, just kind of walks up to this
5'2".
troll. Oh, 5'2". Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
4'6". 4'6".
Oh, 4'6". Okay, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, 4'6" walks up to this trollkin. He's like, "Tell us who paid you."
Look, you all did me a solid, so I'll do you a solid. I can give you a name. No,
John.
All right, because it's
you.
I am going to do a group skill check challenge.
Ah.
Okay.
All right, so as a group, you're all going to see if you can persuade this individual to give up the goods.
Ooh.
Now, depending on how well you do as a group, we'll see how much he's willing to divulge.
Okay.
So everybody go ahead and roll persuasion.
All right.
Or presumably intimidation, although I would not do that because
Okay, I'm gonna use something special to
If you actually that in this instance that does work. If you want to use intimidation instead.
I would,
Ooh.
but this is Charn, so it's my buddy. So I actually wouldn't.
Oh yeah, you would intimidate your brother.
Yeah, I would. Now, if you've seen, like, again, I don't think I've been with you, Hasharati, for that long. Maybe like a couple months at most, right?
Oh yeah, I recently called you in.
You recently come in. So like, I think I've been only with this group for like a month or two, but yeah, I intimidate people a lot. Like that's
Okay.
like not like, but in a very quiet way. It's just like there's like if it has
Okay.
to get that way, but and all of a sudden this thing that you might expect me to do, this thing where I am going to be somewhat threatening, and I'm not.
Okay.
Like I just am not in this
and
way.
I should let you know how my skill checks work. It's like trying to have like one major event each session. You can use whatever skill you like. The default for this would be persuasion, but if you use another skill other than persuasion, I'm going to need you to elaborate on how that plays in.
I was gonna ask you.
So I am gonna do two things here. I'm gonna suggest she uses insight.
Okay.
To find out, just like I want to hear I want to know if he's lying, if his heart's beating. I don't actually care about what he's saying. That's for
Okay.
him. She's reading the person, right? The intent.
Gotcha.
I would think, but I'm gonna use something special to my class or my the Jinborn race, which is that Jinborn speakers get something called Favor of the Jin, which is very cool. I can basically right now before I roll impose an advantage on this ability check. Because I'm a Jin, which means I'm. It's kind of like luck. I imagine that you're just like a little naturally lucky.
Because we have a Jin who's our patron, who is our. Other people might think about religion, but it's not exactly, because it's a bit more complicated. Like they're not gods, they're Jin, right? But
Yeah.
And
So they give us the ability. Yeah.
we have a
That
patron.
right now, you are the director and the special effects master of the show. Tell me, what does this ability look like to the audience?
Okay, great. Well, I rolled with advantage, so I got a 19. So I imagine she can't see, so she kind of gets down on her hands and kind of crawls over to this person and like lays a simple hand on their shoulder while they're talking. Because like I said, she's looking for other things. Temperature fluctuations, heartbeat. She can see those things that other people can't, which is really insightful.
Okay.
So she's listening for the lies, the stumble in the tongue, those kinds of things. And so as she walks over, she just simply puts a hand on their shoulder, and she closes her eyes. Not that it really matters, but she closes them anyways to listen harder. You know what I mean?
All right. So when you put a hand on his shoulder, the screen goes black and there's an outline of the man, and we can see just a red light where the heart is, and each time it thrums, we get a clearer vision of the rest of him. His mind, his circulatory system. You are keyed in to everything that's going on with him.
Cool.
So who's next in the skill challenge? What do we got?
Yeah, get that percent. A 20.
I put perception instead of that one, but I still got a 25 on
Persuasion, you got a
persuasion.
25.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
I even accidentally rolled perception and got a 20.
know.
So
Wow.
I have a lot of friends that roll 20.
I got a question. What the whole fuck is going on?
I have a lot of friends that
are
roll
a
20. They hook me up with a special
lucky
account.
man.
This is the special account.
This is
Get one.
is this how you've this is how Zad has survived the clearly not people following you thing?
Lucky. No, literally, he destroyed an entire fleet on accident. That is as lucky as he is unlucky.
And Marcus's screen is just cold, and he's just like furiously typing away.
The Matrix, old school 80s hacker. It's just a lot of like.
Man.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm actually gonna play in that perception role too because I like the flavor of it. So you are getting ready to talk this guy up. You've taken the measure of the man, and you're like, okay, I think I know what makes him tick. But more than that, you're watching where his eyes go when he's talking to you, and you trace each direction that he like when he's uncomfortable, he'll look a certain way, and you'll put that in your mind. And you're like, why? What is in relation to where he's looking plays a part. All right, who's next in the skill challenge?
Yeah. So as
You just got voluntold.
you okay? As everyone's kind of like doing a silent looking and kind of interrogation. Abu Bakar is right up to this person, and they're 8 feet tall. But right now, their claws and their hands are going delicately over their like shoulders and arms as they seem kind of stiff. So I'm going to use medicine, and I'm just going to be saying, you know, water and good lifestyle cleanse many things. Free yourself of the weight. Become more buoyant. And I'm gonna
Go ahead, roll me that medicine check.
Yeah.
8. But also click.
Yeah.
You know what? Go ahead, roll again. I'm gonna give you advantage because you did heal him.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So as you tell him this, and you're just kind of looming over him, you still have a connection to the rain from your prayer of healing, and the few droplets that are left on him, you manipulate in such a way that they start to soothe him a little bit, so he feels more relaxed. And Hashirati, you feel his heart go from just it's calmed down. He's not as nervous. He's not racing. He's not as frantic. And that you see that his eyes stop darting so much, and he's able to focus and talk to all of you. There's one left in the skill challenge.
Gafiru looks to the group and says, I request you all turn your backs.
I can't see you anyways.
A strange request, but all right.
Oh, okay.
And once they've turned their backs, Gafiru sits on the ground and crosses his legs just right next to Charn, sort of facing Charn. And they put their forehead against Charn's forehead, just knocks it, and sort of comes back and says, it has been a long time.
And with the combination of what everyone has done, he takes a deep breath. It has been. And you feel that kinship, the mutual struggle that you both have been through. And your friends have comforted him.
22.
Nice.
And by the way, that was my persuasion check. That one
Mhm.
right there, like that was like
Yep.
all the talk. Like it
Yeah.
was just that.
He stops and he goes, I found this human leading a troop in the desert. They look lost. Just I was gonna help them out, figure it'd be an easy way to get a reward, you know. They're led by Georgia Jonas. Apparently, he's like a big deal in the Collegium. Discovers a bunch of lost artifacts. Big deal. Thought, hey, that's gonna be pretty massive reward. I overheard him talking about a big find, and we were making our way to the city of cats to find this big sign. But he's got this sorcerer with him. He felt something in the aether. Said it's rare, but the key's been forged, and we took a turn here, and they went to go grab the key. I was supposed to meet them back at where we were staying, and then this big snake got me. I haven't seen them since, but I know they're heading to the city of cats. There's something there, something that whatever they just found is supposed to open, I guess. I don't know.
Gee.
The orb, the cat eye or whatever it was that they took. Do I know more about that? Does Hashirani like know about what that is?
I will give you either a history check or a religion check.
Okay.
Could I make a roll as well? Kind of.
If you'd like to make a roll, go for it.
Is
Yeah,
this
they're-
the same the person that I recognize, Sahir, the dark wizard character? Is this the person that they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would know. I definitely know that.
Oh, mine didn't roll. Let's try again. There it goes. Well, roll twice. Take the first one. Nope. Okay, well, there it is. I know nothing.
Same.
What about our cat boy? Our cat boy knows.
Yeah,
cat
he
things.
seems lucky. You go, cat
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he might
Yeah.
like it's like a cat
60.
thing. Right? 72. Like you rolled a 72 on a d20. Yes.
Yes.
This is history, correct?
This would be history or religion. What religion does that fall under?
Zat's religion is really he didn't show up for that part of the
Okay.
he had to run away pretty young, so he didn't really get. He was just the religion is just the wandering around and meeting friends.
Okay. So I won't give you the religion check at advantage, but I'll still allow you to make the religion check because you may have heard it just in passing.
14.
Okay.
Okay, and you can also make a history check as well.
Any?
I'll factor those
And
together.
11.
Okay, so
Well.
you know that there's like a rumor that a cat god has manifestations, physical manifestations scattered around or something.
Oh.
But
Oh.
like that's kind of it. Like there's a story of an orb with a cat eye, but like you didn't have time to stick around to hear all of it. He had to dip. It sounded like a good story. You wish you could have stuck around, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Go.
So, he believes this item will open what? To what?
I don't know.
Something. It sounds so familiar. It's something with some kind of cat god of some kind. I don't really remember. I didn't pay attention, and then I was ostracized and kicked out of my home. But other than that,
Sounds
And
rough,
Gafido
man.
just like it's this weird moment where Gafido's head just like snaps to you very quickly in a weird way that you probably it's just weird like you said that and there's like this like weird it was kind of an abrupt movement because Gafido is is very often quite fluid, right? Like just sort of moves very deliberately all the time. There was just like a snap to you when you said that, and then just fluidly come back to the center. It's just a little brief moment where you said that and there was a reaction, and then just back to nothing.
The figure who grabs something from a tree. He was strange. He said that there were many. He shouted that their cover was blown. Did anyone else notice anyone acting strange within the celebration?
I can't see anything.
You see more than most.
I did not sense them. If they in fact are being led by some dark entity, he could have shielded them from my true sight.
I perceive no direct threats to you all.
He is...
One of the people who was taken by the eagle was someone I kind of know, a dark wizard named Sahir.
Sahir.
Would that be strong enough to, cast shadows through Hasharati's visions? I don't know a lot about magic. I mostly know about climbing and throwing and picking things up.
I do not
Hasharati has a
Jumping.
dark vision.
of this Sahir.
Strange. It is possible. Many things can occur with magic. Do I know, have I heard of any in my travels of any Sahir anywhere?
I will say, go ahead, roll me an Arcana check.
Right. Proficient.
Yeah, look at that.
You know,
Knowledge is what I look for.
you know that Sahir is notorious for developing spells that are very dark and corrupted in nature. He has, or they have written out theories among the darker arcane colleges, darker arcane circles, about taking gifts that are inherent to people and taking them away and putting them into other individuals.
Okay.
The straight to, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's got some creepy experimentation stuff going on. Someone.
And I have heard of them. I say.
And what do you know?
They seem to have a drive for dark arts, experimentation, amassing great artifacts, not unlike others I know on the other spectrum. But it is strange. Why would they be so interested in today's festival? And I have not known of anything happening before.
Well, they clearly got what they came for. And if it's a key, he is bound to do some dark magic to open.
What do I know about Sahir? Because I know I did recognize them, and I rolled pretty well. So
Oh,
what do
that's right. Yeah,
know?
you got the.
You know that you in your running way, you have been a part of some underbellies. You've been smuggled by all sorts of people. There was one town in particular where everybody told you lay low if you exhibit any sort of exceptional abilities, you might get got. Like people vanish here, and it's probably him.
Okay.
It's probably that guy that's doing it, but like nobody has
Collector.
proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So would that location that I might remember? Would that be a possible location where they might be?
So the only other thing that you know is that it's very strange because you've been all over the place, and when you hear about him, it's in places that have no relation to the last place you heard about him. So he's kind of he's just as nomadic as you would
looming
presume.
threat and mystery.
Yes.
I look to our. I'm sorry, Trooper. What was the guy? The character's-
Charn.
Hasharati looks to Charn and says,
I say he is headed to the city of cats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I look to Gafiru.
I've never been to the city.
Overrated.
It is my job to follow where you go. It is my punishment to follow where you go.
In some perspectives, I will go to the city. Let us go.
Yes, I've never been to the city of snacks, cats.
Oh. Whoa. I've never been to the city of cats either.
I have been to the city of cats many times.
And?
And what?
How was it?
It is a city. It is very large.
Of cats.
Of cats. It is
And
very
how-
large.
and
If you
how-
want to know more, you should kickstart.
Can I roll for Kickstart?
You get that advantage.
Natural 20
That was
again.
good.
Wow. It's already
Nice.
funded. That's it.
Well, yes.
Do we want to check this place in case any of their scouts are still nearby or within the city? Or should we go? And you can guide us, can't you, Chan?
I have another job to fulfill. Sadly.
What job?
I know the way
Oh.
to the city of cats. I can bring us there.
Oh. Zat starts to kind of pace and then pulls out his bag and starts to kind of like scramble through it. Pulls out like
Zat.
a fake mustache and a wig from the disguise kit. And he's like, "Okay, I'm
Zat. Zat.
That's not my name. My name is Bargle.
Barb.
Now?
Bargle.
Bargle. Now?
That's the sound my
Bargle.
stomach makes in the morning.
That's where I got it from. That's my inspiration.
You should know. I sense that you have anxiety.
Oh, how can
I
you tell?
will-
His fur's just sticking straight up.
His tail poof.
It is my
Charge.
job to protect Hasharati, but you are in my company, and I will not let harm come to you.
Zat's mustache falls to the ground, and Zat kind of just walks up and like gently rubs against them
Oh.
and picks up the mustache up, puts it back on. It's like, okay.
I mean, Bakar, like, gently with their, like, claws, just straightens the mustache.
Perfect. He's just gigantic, the size of the face.
Hasharati is only like 98% blind. I imagine she looks up and goes,
Who's the kid with the mustache?
It's already working.
Well, Char's gonna get up and just go, well, if it's all the same to you, George and Jonas didn't actually get around to paying me, so I've gotta go find another job. I mean, luckily Moxley has a regiment of soldiers nearby, so I could probably find some work.
Charm.
Zat just dives into like something small that's like a barrel or something off to the side.
That's good
Ears
water.
peeking out.
Yeah, Gefir. If it is true Your friend has no work, and we four are to leave the tribe unprotected. Maybe we pay them in our stead.
Oh. I mean, I don't know that you could outpay Lord Moxley.
Well, certainly not. But I make soup.
I have some wigs if you want.
We can't outpay, but I'm sure I can. And I like stand over them, persuade you for a short time. And I like tried into my just look down and like my long tongue kind of comes out. That crocodile noise kind of comes out as well.
I don't know. I was imagining the alien sound. It's just this troll kid with a tiny mouth in his face.
Oh,
12.
Yeah, that's
scary.
That is, I mean, it kind of, he's scared, but now he's just like, yeah, definitely think I'm gonna go with Lord Moxley. He's like, I appreciate the offer, but apparently there's really in need of a guide for the area. There's a couple bounties I could take a look into, so I'm gonna go.
I will step with you 5 paces, Charn.
Okay, let's take these 5 paces, particularly away from the clicky one.
Can I just walk with him out of earshot?
Yep.
And I sort of go into my backpack and I pull out one of my rations and I hand it to him.
He goes, thank you. And then he also goes, hey, between you and me, the company you're keeping is a little dangerous, friend. So just, be safe.
Friend, I must tell you this. I have been called back to the tribe, and this is why I am with this company. But I am not in the bosom. I am not leaving you.
You don't need to explain. The exile life is it's not so bad.
I am still in exile. It may not seem so.
Yeah, I don't see a guy like you staying that way I don't see a person like you staying that way for very long. So when you make it back to your people, because you will, have a drink on me. Have a drink for me.
And there's this real sense of, there's a sort of look of sort of pain that sort of momentarily sort of emerges and then sort of falls back under. I may be among them, but I have not returned. They will not let me in, even if they let me stay. I have not abandoned you. I know what it is like in the desert.
Look, the cats are sitting on something big. And in order to get to it, George just got to control the cats. I think he found a way to do it. I mean, all of them. All of them. As soon as he finds what he's looking for, he can, I don't know, make them walk into the river, for all I know, and just take what's under there. So go do your big hero stuff, man.
And he reaches out and he takes out one of his other rations, sort of taking down his supply further. I give this to you. You have given me much. I give this to you in return.
Hey, I want to ask one more thing from you, okay?
Yes.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. Don't die. I like you.
Death is my penance. If it is so, it is so. The wise woman can see my death. She has not told me, but she knows when I will die and how. Of that I am certain. It is foretold. There is nothing I can do about it.
He still has his hand on your shoulder and just kind of pushes you and goes, "Oh, such an asshole." And he just starts to walk.
And I just like watch him walk in that kind of like, there's an instinct of like, make sure there's no danger. And then, right, I turn back and I come back to the group. There is problems.
Yeah.
Zat, you are in danger.
Yeah, usually that's the case. And he reaches to his bag and puts on another like mustache on the side of his face, just trying to apply like as many mustaches as he can.
Well, I feel we should head back to the tribe and gather what we need.
So we're gonna go to all the.
Yes.
Yeah.
This human, George Jones, something, Georgia Jones, he is looking for some power that will allow him to control as a puppet all of the cats.
That sounds like something I might need to help with.
Would include you in that statement, yes.
Okay. Well, we have to stop him.
And I just look to Hasharati because I do what she says. Like she is my boss.
Yeah. Well, I say we're going to the city. I've never been, and I have a hankering that this is... Yes. We must go. I say so. Come on.
And then I follow.
Just so you guys kind of walk off, and like, just so you guys know, it's going to be extra dangerous, and they're looking for me. So just be safe and don't let me get murdered, and we should be fine.
Nobody's dying.
Big hand comes down to like comfort you.
Oh, yeah. Hashrati says nobody's dying. Well, at least you're not.
And with that, the camera zooms back into the sky of clouds. It's dark now. There's a golden sheen to the desert. And to our left, we see the brilliant white city of the City of Cats. But to our right, we see a dark mass of individuals moving in formation, and the camera will zoom on them and we will see the symbol of a particular lord who's on the hunt for a particular cat. And that is where episode 1 will end.
Oh my gosh. We're in so much trouble.
Already.
We're not
All right, let's
actually
just
in trouble,
get
but
to
we're
it.
kind of in trouble. Wow.
Right.
Well, let's go in the same order just so that I'll close this out. So Noir, you're up first, followed by Trooper Marcus and Prey.
Hello, everybody. I am your GM, Noir. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch as the Noir Enigma. You can find me on SoundCloud, Instagram, and TikTok as just Noir Enigma. I GM this Second City Saviors, a mass game over on Critical Misses, as well as Lost Throne or Lonely Throne on my channel. And I believe around the time this comes out, we should be having the season finale of Critical Miss, the season finale of Morning Ritual on Critical Misses with Brendan Lee Mulligan. So please check that out. That would be awesome. That is me.
Nice.
I'm Trooper SJP. It's been so great being here. How awesome.
know, right?
I love this crew. So excited. And I don't think we're in trouble at all. I feel like it's fine, right? I mean, it doesn't seem doesn't seem like there are any problems. I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't just lose a massive like personal artifact in the first 20 minutes of the game. We're fine. Fine.
NBD. NBD.
It's fine. You can find me on the internet. I suppose by the time this comes out, like Noir, you can catch I DM a bunch of stuff, GM a bunch of things, and I am GMing a game called City of Light and Shadow, which is a French resistance game using Fate. And by the time this comes out, the season finale should be happening, which is Friday at 7 p.m. on my channel, Trooper SJP. And Little Red Dot over there is in it. And there's a surprise. There's a surprise coming for that season. So like, maybe you want to be there. You can just hang it, check it out. It'll be fine.
This is news to me.
It shouldn't be. I hope it's not.
Oh, I know. Never. No, that's not a surprise.
What's a surprise to them? They don't know what it is.
I didn't spoil it.
Well, I'm gonna roll perception. I might know what it is.
The surprise is that Marcus, you're going to be in the show. You didn't know that. Okay. Actor's nightmare. I'm going to toss it to you, Marcus.
Hi, my name is Marcus. I am I'm not scared of what the future of this game might hold. My name is Marcus. I'm going to say that again. I am the streaming coordinator at Gen Con TV, and you can find me on Twitter at Best Kind of Worst. I am so excited to see what happens next. I am genuinely pumped.
Yeah.
And I think we're all gonna be fine. We have no enemies. Everything's good. It seems pretty chill. City of Cats is nice this time of year, you know. So all smooth sailing from here. No conflict whatsoever. No shadowy pasts coming back to grab us by the ankles and pull us down the stairs when we're going up at night. None of that. None of that at all.
Look under the bed. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Guess that's me.
Yeah. Ding.
Yeah.
Did you hear the bell? Ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Over
Your
there.
turn.
I'm Pro Starter. I've been Abi Bakar. It's been a great. I love how the characters kind of developing and how they're interacting with everyone here. The story is very intriguing, and everyone's kind of play of it, and these mysterious little events of museum guy.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. So I'm looking forward to that. But you can catch me on Twitter at ProRestarter. You can also catch me on my own podcast, where it's IGM and produced. Shadow of the Demon Lord, kind of mixed with D&D. It is Shadow of Arcanum. Get it in wherever you buy or sell or purchase or absorb podcasts, you know, in the internet. And yeah, thank you for having me. Super hyped for next time.
Yeah, me too. And I'm Little Red Dot, everybody. We're right here doing this thing. If you liked what you saw, a lot of the content is coming out of the brand new Southlands 5e actual play, or a 5e Kickstarter that is out. This is the actual play of some of that content. You can check us out right back here next week. So same Kobold time, same Kobold channel, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And if you want to tune in before, we'll be chatting with some of the designers and things of the Southlands Kickstarter. So go check that out. Make sure to support it. We've already hit a bunch of stretch goals and stuff, so that's very, very cool. I'm Dot. You can find me here on Kobold Press's channel producing things, but you can also check me out in a couple other places like Trooper's channel. I roll a lot of dice, I play a lot of games, and I tell a lot of stories. That's what I'm all about. So I do that in both podcast and live stream form. So pick a social platform and go find me at Little Red Dot. That's all I got. So we, again, like I said, we'll see you next week. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel for City of Cats. See you then.